Welcome to CTV News, Your Canada. It is Thursday, January the 22nd. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thank you for watching.
Very rare, yeah. You don't see discoveries like this very often, especially ones that haven't been offered in the hobby. They've sort of stayed in one family for this whole 100 years.
Ben Pernfuss calls it a once-in-a-lifetime find. 51 hockey cards from the 1924-25 Champs Cigarettes hockey set, one of the most desirable Canadian tobacco issues in the hobby, are now up for auction at Miller & Miller.
The main card in this set is the Stanley Cup card, and this is the first time the Stanley Cup was ever featured on a card. 1924, so it's over 100 years old now, and it's considered sort of the rookie card of the Stanley Cup. Some people would throw around the word Holy Grail for hockey cards in terms of pre-war hockey, but it also includes some pretty incredible names like Howie Morenz, Jack Adams, Hap Day. There's a lot of great names in this set, and people love it.
Produced by the Tobacco Products Corporation of Hamilton in 1924, Pernfuss says they almost never made it to the auction block. As the story goes, Donald Batter from Windsor found the cards in a tobacco box his father had in 1988.
He asked his dad whether he could have them, and his dad said, yes, but I was just about to throw them out. So these cards were destined to be thrown out in 1988.
He convinced his father to let him have them and kept them in a safety deposit box until they reached 100 years old.
Donald wanted the world to see these cards. He'd had them in his family for 100 years, and now is the time to let them go.
Batter's father originally got the cards by trading a similar collection of cards featuring birds of Canada.
They're similar size, same age, but they had birds on them. So he traded a collection of bird tobacco cards for hockey tobacco cards, and it was a good trade.
Well, as a collector, would those birds be worth anything?
They'd be worth about $5 each.
The cards are now up for auction through Miller & Miller, and current bids on the Stanley Cup and Clarence Hap Day cards have already reached $17,000 respectively. The auction closes on Sunday night at 6, and Pernfuss is already impressed with how high the current bids have gone.
I hope to find another one. I don't expect to. I think this might be one of those once-in-a-lifetime finds.
Colton Weens, CTV News, New Hamburg.
They say friendship lasts forever, and for Cheryl Flamand and Laura Fowler, forever started 40 years ago.
We met in 1980, grade 7, Kingston Elementary School.
And we were in the same class.
And we just took to each other right away. So she became my best friend when I first moved to that town.
Yeah.
The two friends from Nova Scotia have gone through many of life's adventures over the last 4 decades. In 2021, Cheryl fell sick with a rare disease.
One day I just started not feeling very well and no idea what was going on. By the end of the week, I went to the hospital, and they set me up with a nephrologist. And about a week and a half after that, I saw the doctor and was told right away to get admitted into the hospital because I was down to 3% kidney function.
She needed a kidney transplant and almost immediately began her search for one.
Nobody in my family member was either healthy enough or had the proper blood type in order to be able to help out.
That's when Laura stepped in. A perfect match to Cheryl's blood type, she offered her own kidney to her best friend.
It was a no-brainer for me. I follow what the universe tells me, what my heart tells me, and what comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth. It's meant to be said, it's meant to be heard, and I was meant to give her my kidney.
It was an offer Cheryl took 1 year to accept.
Because it's such a huge gift, it's like, how do you take that in? It was when she finally went and saw her family doctor that I knew that she was very serious, that she wanted to do this. So that's when I said, well, here's the information, and let's go.
Last Thursday, the two underwent surgery at a Quebec hospital and are now recovering.
Some friends, they swap clothes, they swap friendship bracelets. You guys swapped kidneys. I mean, That's what a gift. How do you feel about that?
There's no words. She just gave me my life back. My freedom.
It's an experience they want to share with others to spread awareness.
You don't have to be family to donate a kidney. There's plenty of people in Nova Scotia that need a kidney.
And you can still exist after you donate a kidney.
And in this case, gain an even closer bond, knowing they share a piece of each other wherever they go. Vanessa Wright, CTV News, Halifax.
For 50 years now, it has towered above Toronto.
The tower will be 1,805 feet tall,
shaping the skyline as we know it.
One of the best towers that I've seen in my life.
Yeah, as soon as we saw the skyline, you're able to tell it's Toronto.
Cool to see. Cool to get up there.
Now, 5 decades after the CN Tower opened its doors, officials cut the ribbon today on a revamped lower observation level.
Designed to modernize the space, maximize year-round indoor viewing capacity, and add this new glass floor right here for an unparalleled experience.
That glass floor offering year-round views of the 113 stories above the city, surrounded by interactive video walls that showcase Canadian and Indigenous art.
It's why that $21 million investment is key, not only to making sure this tower survives another 50 years, but does it in a way that really shows off who we are as a country, who we are as a people, and what Toronto brings to that story.
The CN Tower may no longer be the world's tallest freestanding structure, but in its 50th anniversary year, it is a symbol of so much more.
It's never been just about height. It's about what this tower represents. Canadian innovation, ambition, and the audacity to reach higher.
Standing tall for Toronto. Natalie Johnson, CTV News.
Ryan Benoit started the Positive Inception clothing line back when he was a student at Laurentian University. What started as selling t-shirts out of his backpack quickly grew into a community-known and recognized label.
I always loved fashion and I always loved business, so I kind of put the two and two together. And I wanted to kind of create something to allow people to be a little more positive and try to make the world a better place, essentially.
Benoit hopes the Positive Inception name helps to inspire people to be themselves and embrace it with positivity.
One of my favorite quotes is like, your perspective drives your performance. And if you have a positive perspective, your performance will kind of follow, right? And I think it's easier to live life with more of a positive outlook and see the good things out of everything. Even if there's a bad situation, there's always something good that comes out of it. And I think if you have that mindset, it can really help you go a long way.
Benoit's recognition for his positive and selfless spirit is also being awarded by the Paul Harris Fellowship from the Rotary Club of Sudbury in February.
So Ryan, as you know, is a successful business person, but his brand really is an inspiration to many people in Sudbury, and he's an inspiration. It's not really just the clothing, it's sort of the Positive Inception lifestyle that inspires so many people.
I think it's amazing, and it's going to a good person and someone that merits it. Yeah, for sure.
I'm really looking forward to the night and there's so many amazing people within this community and being part of this list and being nominated and being able to receive such a prestigious award. It means a lot, and at the same time we're able to raise money for a very good cause with Easter seals, and it kind of goes hand in hand.
The Positive Inception in Sudbury has been an example of being able to achieve your dreams if you set your minds to it. And when community members see the logo, they feel that happiness.
No, I think it's the brand itself, being positive and spreading the word. There's not enough of that in life.
Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
At first glance, this looks like any other video game. Colorful, interactive, and familiar.
Positive mental health while playing the game.
But this game is not just for entertainment. It's called The Road Ahead, and it's created by young people for young people with mental health issues. Manuela Ferrari is a researcher at the Douglas Hospital.
They get the information they need, the skill, and they can help them to overcome whatever they are experiencing.
By creating a video game, she says it's a way to meet young people where they're comfortable, especially given the stigma surrounding mental health. The game provides players with an opportunity to deal with whatever stress they have.
So there is a scene in the game where a person goes for a walk and sit down and start to do some breathing exercises.
While it doesn't use artificial intelligence, it does come at a time when more and more young people are turning to AI for mental health support. And the psychology professor at UQAM warns that's not always the best option.
like everything, it can be misused.
She says tools like AI can induce biases.
The way AI systems are built, they are built to agree with you. They are built to encourage you and, validate what you're saying.
That's what happened to one Montreal woman last summer. 24-year-old Alex Carrier, who had been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, died by suicide. Her last conversation is believed to have been with ChatGPT. Her family says the chatbot was confirming her fears and doubts.
And instead of providing support, it validated the suicide intent.
To discover what they communicate and they keep.
That's why Ferrari says games like The Road Ahead can be important, especially at a time when accessing mental health services can be a challenge. That was the thinking behind the game.
What if we provide something that's evidence-based, it's friendly, such as a video game, something that we do play for pleasure or for enjoyment with friends, and that is an environment where they get the information they need, the skill, and they can help them to overcome whatever they are experiencing.
The game is still in the early stages, but Ferrari hopes it can provide a safe online space for those who need it the most. Sweet Arasi, CTV News.
Rick and Debbie West started the Lincoln's Life Mattered Foundation in October of 2024, 4 months after they lost their son Lincoln to suicide. The goal, putting an end to the stigma surrounding mental health.
Youth with their parents, parents with their children, making it more acceptable and common to talk about mental illness issues so that kids don't have to suffer in silence and they can reach out and get the help that they need.
Rick says the foundation has raised nearly $200,000 to date and has taken on a handful of other initiatives, such as starting the Healthy Minds, Healthy Schools program, which offers funding to schools to bring in mental health educators, resources, and programs. The Wests want to shift the mindset when it comes to mental health.
Our belief is that mental illness shouldn't be treated any different than a physical illness. Mental health needs to be treated just like dental health. If you have a toothache, you should say to your parents, I have a toothache, I need to go to the dentist.
Their son Lincoln would have turned 19 on Tuesday. Debbie told CTV News that if she could have given him a birthday message, she would have said her and Rick are sorry, that their efforts to find him help were not enough in the end.
Even how it ended and the pain that we go through now, the 17 and a half years I had with him were amazing, and he was a wonderful boy. I wouldn't change any of it. I'm still the proudest mom on the planet of him, and that will never change.
The couple says there has been an outpouring of positivity and feedback since they started the foundation, even some parents coming up to them and saying, "You have saved my child's life." And as difficult as the Wests say it is to share Lincoln's story, they believe it's important in order to continue to help others.
The 17-year-old Lincoln would probably be upset with us for sharing his story, for using him as the poster child for youth mental health. But we also know that the 30-year-old Lincoln would be proud of us, and he would want us to do what we're doing.
Jacob Carr, CTV News, Regina.
It has been 15 years since Saskatchewan last won the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Here they go. It is busted for them to the button.
But Jolene Campbell, who was an alternate, remembers it well.
Seeing what huge difference, even just one experience makes at a Scotties.
And now she is looking to win it as a skip.
And she is your 2026 Saskatchewan provincial champion.
We have quite a bit of experience, on this team. Like Robin and I and Rachel have all been there before, so we kind of have that in common with them.
The Highland rink representing Saskatchewan at this year's Scotties is full of experience.
Makes the double. Robin Silvernagel.
This will be Campbell's sixth Scotties and second as a skip, while third Robin Silvernagel will wear the green for a fourth time.
This team, we've definitely put in a lot of work. We've, done the practicing. We've played a lot of games. We've worked a lot with our sports psych. I feel like we have every base covered, so I think this team has the potential to go all the way.
Second, Rachel Big Eagle has 2 previous appearances as an alternate.
My first time with fans, too. The first 2 were both COVID years. I haven't worn green since juniors, so that's been a
a few years for me, and yeah, it's just super exciting.
Now it's a different story for Dana Demmons. The lead has had several previous cracks at earning a berth to nationals, but 2026 will be her first Scotties appearance.
To be sliding over those hearts for the first time, definitely envisioned it a lot over the years, and so this year it feels very surreal.
When we started this season, we really had our eye on making noise at a national, not just going to provincials, not just competing at a provincial. What we talked about was competing at a Scotties and being a relevant team there.
Campbell's Rink begins their tournament Saturday night when they take on the provincial champions from Nova Scotia, Team Stevens. Donovan May, CTV News.
It's going to be like that Wheel of Fortune, when it just, or whatever it is.
Spinning the wheel for a good cause and a refreshing question. Just one of the things the Waypoint Center for Mental Health is doing on Bell Let's Talk Day.
Many people have reported feeling increased levels of stress, anxiety, increased substance use. It's not easy when globally things are stressful, and if you're feeling that right now, you are certainly not alone.
Waypoint has introduced a brand new ICU unit directly supporting mental health concerns.
This makes sure that when people are struggling and need a little bit of extra help, we have a unit here that is ready, so you don't have to travel far distances. Your family can come and see you closer to home.
The center is highlighting multiple programs within the hospital that anyone can access, including Ontario's structured psychotherapy.
It offers cognitive behavioral therapy and related approaches for individuals experiencing depression and anxiety-related concerns, which is so important because when it comes to the concerns that our community is seeing, is mental health is so important.
Today, program volunteers spoke about experiences in their field of work and how important communication is, especially when you are feeling unwell.
To be able to connect to people and talk about mental health and well-being, I just think it's such an important thing that we need to continue to deal with and manage and support, day to day in our communities.
Bassett, a former OPP officer, highlighting the importance of checking in with your loved ones daily.
We all have friends, family, colleagues that you need to check in with and see how they're doing, because there might be something there, and it's not a stigma. It's something that we need to help people with, day to day.
The Bell Let's Talk Community Fund will be making a $25,000 donation to Waypoint to support a new pilot program called Connected Families that will support rural families and their children. Luke Simard, CTV News, Penetanguishene.
Now, if you are in crisis, please go to the closest hospital or call 911. And if you're thinking about suicide, call or text 988. It's toll-free and you can call anytime. Now, again, Bell Let's Talk Day. It's Canada's National Day for conversation about mental health awareness, and CTV News is a division of Bell Media.
Grail Reimer has spent years studying how foods affect our gut microbiome and ultimately our overall health. She says the bacteria in fermented foods help prevent many serious conditions.
And those are the ones that have been associated with helping to prevent some of these diseases like asthma, allergies, diabetes, etc.
Reimer says aside from yogurt and cheese, the North American diet has largely veered away from foods providing healthy bacteria.
So what we're finding is that our environment that we live in and the foods that we eat has become very sterile.
The Canadian Fermented Foods Initiative outlines a wide range of foods, including kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and kombucha, advising Canadians to put more of them on their menu.
Just getting microbes and microbiome-friendly foods to have a greater prominence in the food guide and in dietary guidelines for Canadians.
At Light Cellar Superfoods, Chef Alex Hamilton oversees custom fermentations, including some more exotic mixes.
Like this is the garlic, our fermented garlic.
He says his customers are becoming more aware of fermented foods.
They come in looking for it because they know that it is like a necessary part of a diet.
Both Reimer and Hamilton admit fermented foods are an acquired taste, but the science says it's a taste worth acquiring.
See which ones you like and then and try new ones, because there's hundreds, thousands of fermented foods worldwide.
Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
We're excited to see the face of this landmark get the lift that it needs.
Commonly known as the Butter Dome, the Universiade Pavilion is getting a new look. Its iconic butter yellow exterior is being replaced. The revamped sports complex will be a mix of green and gold, drawing from the school's colors and the nearby River Valley in the fall. A lighting feature resembling the North Saskatchewan River will brighten the exterior.
There's a nostalgia with the Butter Dome, right? The old yellow building, the existing yellow building, and we think that this design is inspiring and should raise that excitement.
The Butter Dome was built for the 1983 Universiade Games hosted by Edmonton. It's now a multi-purpose sports facility and a community hub, hosting big events such as Remembrance Day ceremonies and the annual Butter Dome craft sale.
There's going to be periods yet to be completely defined when there'll be partial or full closures over the construction period. We're going to do the very best that we can to minimize those.
The renovations aren't just for vanity reasons. One key component of this renovation is student safety. Because of the building's curved design, every winter scaffolding goes up to protect students from falling ice. The school says the Butter Dome has seen its fair share of flooding, rusty pipes, and other engineering issues due to its design. The new design will fix that and incorporate sustainability measures.
The rooftop will be covered in solar panels that will generate about 1,000 megawatt hours per year.
U of A students give the new design a passing grade.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. I like the color and the overall structure of the building.
It's nice, but it's probably going to take some time to get used to.
This will cost $27 million, mostly funded by provincial grant. It's expected to be complete by fall of 2027. Naram Nisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
One moment.
Oh. Uh-oh.
He's riding his bike.
Uh-oh.
Before suddenly collapsing.
And it happened like that.
The next moment, Ryan Heitinen was waking up in the hospital.
I forgot everything.
What do you mean by that?
Everything.
Not only did Ryan not remember who he was, he didn't know he was married with kids, let alone recognize the woman saying she was his mom.
I'm terrified.
Anne says her son had suffered a stroke before enduring brain surgery and being unresponsive for weeks.
At that point, they weren't sure if he was even going to make it.
Until one day, Ryan's wife and kids walked into his hospital room.
His face just lit up. Absolutely lit up.
I suddenly remembered I have a daughter and a son.
And we all kind of went, okay, this is what he needed. He needed a purpose.
Inspired by his family, Ryan has fought to learn how to do the most basic things again. And with the help of his healthcare team, is celebrating previously unimaginable accomplishments.
I would not have survived without them.
And Ryan would not be thriving.
Laughter is a thing.
Like when a condition called aphasia makes him unable to communicate with words, Ryan chooses to smile.
Smiling makes the world go round.
And after losing the ability to use his right arm and hand...
This is my 3D workspace.
Ryan taught himself how to use a 3D printer to design all sorts of adaptive tools, ranging from one-handed nail clippers to one-handed toothpaste dispensers.
I want to give back.
So Ryan started putting up posters offering to custom print all of his inventions to people in need for free.
To change lives would be the best that I could be.
And instead of mourning what he's lost, Ryan is choosing to celebrate all the good he can find.
And you have to find joy in your life. And Ryan has done that.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Vancouver.